if you have a mind of bringing your wife or your husband to Canada just for you to change them, trust me, you cannot change anyone.
Waiting for sunshine.
Artlist.io.
Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Adedoyin. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time here, thank you. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you guys so much. And on this channel, we talk about marriage, motherhood, lifestyle, God, and everything in between. So if you know you like this kind of content, please don't forget to subscribe and join this beautiful, you like the community. Yeah. So today, I'm not the only one here. I'm here with my beautiful sister. I know that in this video, everybody will be hearing Busayo. So I brought Busayo for you guys. Oh. So Busayo, introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, hi guys, how you all doing out there? Yeah, my name is Busayo.
So today we'll be talking about how relocation affects marriages. You know, relocation can affect marriages in both negative and positive ways. Yeah. So Busayo, the other thing I'll be asking is the prayer life. So how does relocation affect you as your husband? You know, I remember back in Nigeria, we both had said the same church in Nigeria, so we are both worker, even our husbands. In fact, we are in the same department. Not that we're in the same department. My husband and Busayo's husband were in the same department. So let me just tell you guys, my husband and Busayo's husband, they are best friends. Like their own best friend is something else. I don't want to talk about it here. I mean, they are let's forget about them. So, and we know the way we relate spiritually in church in Nigeria, the way we fellowship and all, even the prayer life, you know. So I want to ask you, the prayer life generally, how has it been in Canada?
Okay. So one thing people do say, for those who are like the Jim Christian that relocated from Nigeria to this place, is that one thing that Canada is a very cold place. Yeah. Spiritual. I'm not even talking about the snow, the cold part. I'm talking about the spiritual coldness. So Canada is a very cold place spiritually. So for you that you are a Christian in Nigeria and coming to Canada, if you are not intentional, you might lost it.
Yeah.
What do I mean you lost it? Because back in Nigeria, we pray for all kind of things.
Yeah, so
you pray for some of us, including me, even pray for lights. We practically pray for everything back in Nigeria. Oh, Oluwa Shele, Oluwa, God, I'm looking up to you for this. God, do this one. God, do that one. We'll do that. But when you get to Canada, there are a lot of things you don't pray about. Yeah. Say, for example, you don't pray, oh God, help me. Let these people bring lights. No, you're not praying for that. So there are a lot of things you're not praying for. And because by the time you get comfortable, you might just lost it spiritually. And you know, the devil is a very, very cunning guy, that it will keep you relaxed and then you start losing it. So when we got to Canada, the very first month, we came in with the fire. Oh, yeah, we're still scabashing. I have a prayer room. So we're scabashing. And after I think after 3 months, so I noticed the way I pray reduced. And that was when I got a pinch. I had to pinch myself. I don't know go. Now go I go. So
So now
now go I go. So I just said to myself, now go I go. So I said, for my own kind of, I don't know about any other person, but for me, I'm not a kind of person that should relent when it comes to prayer. So I had I need to pick it up. So back here in Canada, you need to be very intentional. The place is cold generally spiritually. So if you want to get it together with God, you need to be intentional about it. And so this is what I do. I have different means of praying, because by the time you get a whole lot of things happen. So I make sure that before I sleep, I pray. I would do the family time, and trust me, in the mornings, if I tell you that in the morning we do family time, no, we don't do family time. Like, we come together to do this thing, and it's not a sick day. We don't want to do it, but there is no time to do that, because I wake up very early. I started praying for my children's kids. I need to catch a bus. You know, back in Nigeria, you can say
time.
Yes. So the time is if I miss the bus, that's the trouble. That's the problem. I might not get to work early, so I need to find a way of catching the bus. So the moment I get out from the bed, I enter the kitchen. I started praying from the kitchen, and that's like I told sometimes I was the last one. I was telling her that, okay, when it comes to this your prayer, let's start devising a means of not waiting that way. I need to get to my secret place before I start praying. When you are washing plates, keep praying. When you are taking care of your children, keep praying. So you just have to be intentional. If you are not intentional, you just find yourself going gradually, and then it will come to a point that you will not even remember to pray for a whole week.
Yeah.
And if that continues, it will get a point you might decide not even to go to church. And that's the way it is when it comes to prayer life. And another thing is about church. Back in Nigeria, there is a way things are being done in Nigeria. We have people who monitors you constantly in Nigeria.
Yeah, they can.
That if we are not in church today, I have people that will come and say, "Besides, I didn't say you in church. What happened?"
You know,
when I don't go to church, trust me, if I decide not to go for a year, nobody's calling me.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's all those kind of things. That's the way this place is. It's not as if they don't want to, but they just feel they don't want to be a pain in people's neck. That's what they think. They don't want to be a pain in people's neck. Actually, so it's not the pain. It's dependent on each family and each person to intentionally hold their own salvation with fear and trembling. So, and if we are not able to do that, it's actually dangerous.
So let me just put my point about the prayer life. I remember that back in Nigeria, me and my husband, because my husband work on the airline, so we wake up very early. So what we do is that we read the open Bible by ourselves, and we send each other prayer. While he's on the bus, we do that so that at least we still communicate as a couple, we still pray together as a couple. But it's not that easy, because sometimes you just read the prayer, you not pray it. So coming down here, the first 2 months, we're still praying, we're still trying to communicate. But because back then, I was working from Nigeria, so when he wakes up in the morning, when you wake up in the midnight to work, by the time I wake up in the morning, it's going back to bed. So those two, it was not even happening. I won't lie, it wasn't happening. So the bed, I just do it on my own, and it does it on his own, and that was it. But later on, we try to communicate it. So sometimes just like maybe in the night, we try to pray. I won't say we do that every time. I don't want to be too extra. We don't do that every time, but we try to pray. And I noticed that, talking about the church part, in Nigeria, you dare not say you don't go to church, and I remember when we were leaving Nigeria, someone said it to my church that you will miss being in the family, you miss being in a place where they love you, and it's true. Back in Nigeria, you see someone calling you, I didn't see you in church, why you not? Even my pastor's wife will call you. You will ask her question.
She's always keeping the tab.
You will answer that question why you did not come to church, And even your
departmental head.
They will always reach out to you, and you ask fellowship, every Sunday, and everything just there. You just have this feeling that you have someone, you have family that are monitoring you. So even if you want to backslide a little, some people will call you back.
They top your brain.
But everybody just, nobody knows you. Just do your thing, and just believe that you are. Once you say you are Christian, then you know what you are doing. I remember that there's a month that I didn't go to church for like 3 weeks, but I for online service in Nigeria I used to watch. So something like that, because of the code. I don't like code. So it's because of the code. Let me just lie. Let me just lie on the
don't
code.
Like code.
So, and what we do here, apart from being the couple, the whole marriage prayer life and all, realize that as a mother, we need prayer. We need to pray for our children, even though we feel we are busy, we can't do this. So some of us, like me, Busayo, and 2 other ladies, we come together. We created a group. So Saturday in the evening by 7, we pray 1 hour. And we pray for our children, we pray for our husband, we pray for our marriage, everything and God is answering our prayer then.
Yes, so plenty testimonies.
So it's very important, even if you might not say, we don't have the church, or the church is not checking up on us. You can just try to create that little group for yourself to just pray. You have people that you can talk to. You guys will be like a prayer partner. So it will help your spiritual life, so you won't be just cold. Because everything is here, so you don't have things to pray for. Let me just put it that way. You don't have things to pray for, except you want long life and you want a good job. Every other thing is here. There's food, there's electricity, there's good road, there's everything. So I just feel that's why people are relaxed, because let me just put it that way, there's no stress. Or like Nigeria, even traffic is stress. We pray about traffic. God, don't let me see traffic today. And also, so talking about friendship, I think the friend you keep to affect your marriage, whether negative or positive. You know, there's a lot of things like that is the woman that has this place. So if you are relating with the wrong kind of people that will give you that kind of mentality, it's going to affect your marriage. You know, people that will tell you your husband cannot do this, you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do that. So you need to think about the friends you want to have. You need to like I used to say, I make friends, but I don't keep friends. Once you see me somewhere, I make friends there. But keeping that friends, I don't know how to do that. I only keep people that are okay, we are the same, we can relate together in the same way. You know, but maybe prayer, marriage wise, and everything. So I only keep those people. But generally, I'm the friendly person, so I meet a lot of people. I make friends, but not the friends that will affect my marriage negatively. If I start seeing that kind of people, I move away. You know, so sometimes the church you attend depends on, you should know the kind of church you want to attend there. You know, there's some church that they will teach you the wrong way, and there's some that will teach you the right way. But as a woman being, as a normal knowledge person, we should know that you should know what to do. You should know what to do. Like what Zion said before, said you listen to people's experience, but you pick the one that's useful for you. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, and another thing I would like to mention here in Canada is that it's okay to want to have a lot of friends in Canada to build your relationship or to build like a friendship base in Canada. It's okay, there's no problem. But while you're doing that, you need to be very careful. You need to select people that will enhance you, either career-wise or spiritually. I'm not saying that you should not have friends. Do not quote me, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that you should find people of like-minded people and come together. That's what I'm saying, because we all come from different backgrounds. From Nigeria, we come from different churches, we have a different mentality. So you need to be intentional about that as well. Find families or people that you are like-minded, you are pursuing the same purpose, either heaven or whatever path you want to go. So surround yourself with people that will help you spiritually and in every other aspect as well. So that not that they will help you, you help them, they help you. The Bible says iron sharpens iron. So by the time you come together, I sharpen her, she sharpens me. And that's where you ought to be, you building or having friends here in Canada. It's okay to make friends, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, you can make a lot of friends. People think I don't make friends. I make friends actually, but I am an Oyo lady. I'm from the village, so I'm taught that I need to use my head and I used to use my brain. So it's not as if I don't make friends. I make friends, but I use my brain. I when it comes to making friends. So we all need to like find friends that will help you, or that will either enhance your marriage, help you stay here in Canada, and not the one that will drive you away from Christ, drive you away from the peace of your marriage, and create enmity between you and your household. We need to be very careful.
So I remember I watched a video about when I was trying to plan for this topic. I watched the video and I saw a video about the topic was how my relocation affects marriage. So I saw a video where the guy said, like they were just talking generally, and the guy said you cannot even like no, let me just, you cannot how would I put it, that you can't be promiscuous in Canada. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, so it's not cheap.
It doesn't come cheap, right?
You know, Nigeria, you know, you are free to do whatever you want to do. You know, men, they can be men, women can be women. But yeah, it's not that easy. You know, by the time you want to go and spend those money outside, you'll be thinking about the house rent, the childcare money, and all. So even for you to, let me just put my way we used to say in my village, like the child easy. You know, you can't do that here. So I don't know. Some people might still be doing it.
But if you look at it, people still do it actually, but it's not as rampant as it is in Nigeria.
So I think that one too. In that way, if you feel, and I want to say something. If you feel your husband, maybe your husband has a particular character, or your wife has a particular character, maybe talking about drinking, not respectful, all those kind of negative character, and you feel because you are relocating, it's going to work out here, please start ironing it out before you relocate, so that you will not have all those negative effect on you. Because you feel because my husband used to drink, once you get here, he will stop drinking. Sorry, they have a big stop. Like just so when you're above 18, you can still drink. So just if you know you possess a negative what will I put it now, attitude or character, please start working on it. so that you will be able to enjoy your marriage here, both men and women.
Okay, so like I said, if you have a mind of bringing your wife or your husband to Canada just for you to change them, trust me, you cannot change anyone. We do not have power, and that's where we normally get it wrong. We do not have any power to change anyone. The only person who can change a person's heart, change a person's attitude, character, intention, actions, reactions is God. So when you are coming here with the mindset that, oh, I'm here, when I get here, my wife is going to change, my husband is going to change. Yeah, they might change in other ways, but that thing you are expecting for them to change, they might not change. So don't get disappointed. So, and that's why that every change you want, take it to the one who created them, the one who got the heart of kings in his hands. So the one who got the heart of kings in his hands. So go to your prayer room, kneel down, and let him know that, God, this person you created, this is what I'm saying, this is what I want you to do. He's capable of doing that for you. But when you think you have a friend or you have somebody who can help you change your husband or change your wife, my dear, you're missing it.
No, you won't.
So let's not get it twisted in that part.
So we're talking about how relocation affects marriage, and we've not mentioned the children part. So I would love you to talk about that. But before that, I remember, whatever you do, whatever we do as a couple, it's going to affect our children, whether negative or positive. So that is why we should be focused about the positive side. These children learn from us very fast. And based on where we are, the morality is on the high side. Fine, in Nigeria we have different kind of other things, but this place, I don't care whatever you are doing. That's your business. Nobody is telling you not to do this. You don't have the Nigeria said that kind of thing. This one, nobody. So you can't do those kind of discipline within Nigeria. The beating, the spanking. Let me just put beating. All those things there. So how do that affect? How do you guys do it? Being here for some times, how do you guys do that?
Okay. So back in Nigeria, like she said, a whole community can help you train your child. When a child does something that is out of the norm, we have other parents who will spank the child or shout at the child and like, oh, why would you do that? And the child will like, oh, I'm sorry. But here, when you shout at a child too much, you might get arrested. Actually, here you cannot. The way we deal with our kids back home, we cannot do that here because we might just land ourselves in trouble, or our children or child being taken from us for being negligent or for not taking care of our children the way we ought to. That's what is happening here. So being a Christian family here in Canada, now don't get it twisted. So one major thing we do here is to let a child know, as young as my kids are, and I let him understand that Jesus is the center of it all. Yeah. So everything we do here, it has even gotten to a time that every point my son called Jesus. So because I became very intentional about, because I've seen a lot of things at his daycare. Sometimes when he comes from daycare, I sit him down and ask him, Ari, what's going on? What happened at school today? And he will sit down. Sometimes it might be for like 30 minutes. Listening to him. Now I'm not just listening to what he's saying. I wanted to know what happened at school, what he was taught, what his friend told him. That's what I'm looking for. So it's just that to know where I need to channel my energy or how to help him. So that's what I do. So when you are here in Canada, you need to be intentional about your kids. When they come back from school, don't just ask them, how was school? Let me see your book, or let me. Don't do that. Sit them down. Play with them, be intentional about them, ask them questions, start playing with them, and children, they can jabber. So they keep talking. So from you listening to them, you know that, oh, these are the things you need to work on. And if anything happens, you need to like either report to the daycare. No, please do not say this to my child. They are your children, so you take it up.
I remember the day you said, I really didn't pick him in school.
Yeah.
And he was wearing the dress. Can you...
Okay, because I think they were doing something at school, and they decided to put a dress on my son. I was not there. It was my husband who went there. And so, my husband is a very quiet person that he hardly speak, as in he doesn't have time to be doing all this about women talk. He doesn't have, but this time, oh my goodness. So when he got to school, he saw his son put it on, and he now asked, why did you put a dress on him? So, because everybody was wearing clothes, and I really said he wanted to put on a dress. And he said, so if my son says, oh, I want to put my hand in something terrible like fire or chemical, would you allow him to do that? And the teacher said no. And my husband said, oh, so if he says no, you will not allow him to do that, but this you allow him to do. This is my own son, and I do not ever want to see anyone, either the teacher, either himself, put a dress on my son. He is a boy. Do not put a dress on him. And he was so angry that he got upset. He had to go back the next day to go and meet the head teacher. And like, now, this happened yesterday, and I do not want this to repeat itself. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that being parent, you need to be firm. You need to look out for your kids. They are young. They don't know anything for now. You need to be firm about them. And even the ones that are older, which are the high school kids, don't just leave them with their friends. They will have a lot of friends at school. Make sure you dive, not to invade their privacy, but friendly, jokingly build a relationship with them. They will tell you, when you build a relationship with them, they will tell you about their friends. They will tell you what happened at school. Get to meet their friends. Get to know who they are. Now, not like you're trying to investigate or like ask questions or to like interrogate your friends. No, but showing that motherly care even to the friends, so that you will know the kind of kids your kids are keeping at school, and that will enable you to understand how to help them, what to tell them. When you see them working with a friend that is out of the norm, call them to order. Tell them, oh, son, daughter, I love you, but this will not work. And this is why I'm not saying you should not keep it, but this is why I'm saying this. Let them understand that. Look out for your kids. Back here in Canada, you need to be intentional about your kids. And the most important thing you need to do here in Canada, if you are a Christian or whatever religion you practice, you need to hold on to God. Let him know that, God, these kids are yours. I cannot take care of them. I don't even have the wisdom to lead them, to guide them. One thing I ask of you, Lord, take charge of their hearts. Let them fall in love with you. Let them have an encounter with you. Help them not to be wayward. So let's put our kids, especially our kids, into prayer every day, because this place we are is a land of freedom, so that's why, whatever.
Yeah, that's why you know that we're talking about relocating, how it affects marriage. So another way is that it affects parenting, the mode of our own parenting. That's what we are trying to say. The way we do it in Nigeria. Sometimes you can leave your daughter or your child to your sister to take care of, So the parenting here is different. So it affects us. So relocating affects the way we think. When I was back in Nigeria, once I go pick my daughter from school, I'll go drop her at home. Once my sister is at home, and I'll go to whatever I want to do. But here, no. So I have to just look out for my sister, for my child. Because I remember I listened to a video of a parent. They were talking about gay or not gay in school, and they asked the child about her opinion about being a gay, and the child said it's a sin, and she's talking based on
what they've taught her home.
And she's a Christian, and this school we're talking about is a faith school, it's a Christian school, and they have to call the mother to say that she's going to serve a punishment or something for saying that, because she's hurting other people.
Who are that?
And the mother have to tell them that I thought this place is a faith school, that's why I brought my child to that school, and you ask for her opinion, and if she said this is my opinion, I don't think there's a way. I don't think she should serve a punishment because of her opinion. So if she have said, oh, it's good, she won't serve punishment because of that, So I just feel the way we should take care of our children, we should be intentional as a couple, because in as much as we're talking about how the relocation affects our marriages, if our children are not be taken care of, or they're not well trained, it's going to affect our marriage, So we are not dividing, we're just trying to let you guys know, okay?
And our dad is out there. Now, do not leave the parenting of kids to the wife alone. They cannot do it alone. They cannot see. No. Let's be sincere. We have some people who do. There are some fathers who only care about bringing money, and that they face their laptop all day in, all day out. Please do not do that here. Please, I'm begging. So let's create time for these kids. Let's talk to them. Let's love them. It's when you love them, they will love you back, and then they will be able to tell you all those their secret things that other people don't know about. So you need to build a relationship with them. Don't just face your laptop, your tablet or whatever.
Yeah, and thank God for the environment that we are. They have a lot of playground in each
Yes.
street or each community. We know back in Nigeria, there's something like that. You have to go and pay money for all those things. So
Yes,
sometimes
$100.
even there's some places you can pay money for fun, yeah, but you still have playground. So
That which
as
is
a
free.
father, as a mother, let's just
You can just take
create
them to the
those
play park.
avenue to take the children out here. Most of us will say, I relocated because of my children. So we should care about those children. We should let them see the reason why they relocated. You know,
Because
some
of
of them
them.
are just in the house, not true. Nothing. So please, let's try to change our mentality about parenting when we get here. So that is the end of the video, and I'm so sure you've learned one thing or the other, and from our own experience, and I know that we all have different experience. So if you have some experience that we've not mentioned here, just put it in the comment section. I'll be reading it out. And I know that you want more of Busayo here. If you want more of Busayo on this channel, put it in your comments and tell me the topic you want to talk about. She's full of wisdom. I'm not lying. She's full of wisdom.
Thank you.
So if you know you still want Busayo back, you want Busayo back on this channel, just put the topic you want to talk about. I'm so sure she would love to do that, right?
Yeah, sure.
So thank you for having us, and thank you for coming to my channel.
And thank you for having me, guys.
So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. Every time to like and subscribe.
Please, men are like, men are subscribe,
and
men
share
help
this
my
video.
sister. And share the video. God bless you as you do that. I love you.
Bye. See you in my next video.